This video is my tribute to Wes Montgomery. Like almost every other jazz guitarist, Wes is one of my favourites. Hey everybody, Jamie Holroyd here helping you learn jazz guitar. Welcome to the channel. In today's class we're taking a look at Wes Montgomery. If you'd like to get any downloadable tabs or notation for the concepts that we're looking at, you can do so on my Patreon. If you are new to jazz guitar and you want a structured method to help you get started, then I have a link to my beginner jazz guitar course below. Please check that out if you're new, it will help you get started. Let's begin by addressing the elephant in the room. The signature technique that Wes is most known for is the use of octaves. There's two basic shapes that you've got to get comfortable with. One which has the root on the 6th and 5th strings that looks like this. Then the second which has the root on the 3rd and 4th strings which looks like this. As you can see here, the spread changes. In the first two shapes there's only one fret in between both of the octaves. Same with the root on the 5th string. When you get to the root on the 4th string, that's when you've got 2 frets in between. A lot of guitar players actually like to use the ring finger there, but to me that feels uncomfortable, so I go for the Emily Remler method of using the pinky to accommodate the 2 fret span. Wes was a big fan of using rhythms with octaves. He used 16th notes, triplets, all kinds of cool stuff. Here's a short example that demonstrates how you can use triplets with a D Dorian scale. I'd like to now discuss Wes's approach to harmony. One scale that Wes used all the time was what Barry Harris refers to as the minor 6 diminished scale. Here's an example of this scale played in single lines, then in chords. As some of you may have realised, Wes harmonises this scale by thinking of a drop 2 chord, then the dominant 7 flat 9 chord, which is a fifth above that, and he keeps that pattern going throughout the entire scale. So we've got drop 2 chord, dominant 7 flat 9, 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 and there we finish where we start. Another harmonic device that Wes liked to use is what Ted Green refers to as the companion minor concept. What does that mean? Well, if we take a dominant 7 chord like B flat, and we think of the 2 minor 7 that goes with that, that would be F minor 7. So you can use any companion minor, which is from the 2 of the 5, against the original dominant 7 chord. Why does that work? Well, let's have a look. Here's a drop 2 F minor 7 chord. If we play a B flat bass note underneath that, what intervals does that give us? Well, we've got F, which is the 5th, C, which is the 9th of B flat, E flat, which is the 11th of B flat, and A flat, which is the 7th. So it's like a sus9 sound is what you get when you play F minor sounds over B flat, which, at least in my opinion, gives us a really strong Wes sound. You'll hear Wes do this on some of his compositions like West Coast Blues, which is a blues in B flat, but Wes actually uses lots of F minor inversions in his chord solo over that, and I highly recommend you check that out if you're not familiar with that recording. To demonstrate this for the purpose of this lesson, what I've done here is I've recorded a short loop which has got 4 bars of a B flat chord, then 4 bars of E flat chord, and for each dominant 7 chord I've used a companion minor. So for B flat I've used F minor inversions, and for E flat I've used B flat minor inversions. Let's have a listen to that. The next element that I'd like to discuss is Wes's phrasing. Wes likes to phrase using call and response. Let's have a listen to a phrase that uses call and response. So what you just heard then was a short lick over G minor, and the lick was. So this is my call, and the response is call again. So that's a really great, simple, repetitive way to get a strong melodic phrase, having a call, then a response. And of course, what I've done here is I've played the lick twice, which gives it even more authority. Another phrasing technique that Wes liked to use was double picking. Let's have a listen to a phrase that uses double picking. So that phrase was a phrase over A minor, and it comes from the upper extensions of the chord. So I'm basically thinking of a C major 7 arpeggio there, which is the relative major of A minor. All I'm doing is picking some of the notes twice. I think that this double picking technique helps the phrases be more memorable because you're reinforcing the harmony and the phrase into the listener's ears. So once you're comfortable with all these techniques, how do you get them into your playing? What I suggest is to record a short minor vamp. Here I've just recorded a short G minor vamp. Wes liked to write a lot of music in G minor, so a lot of the lines that I've stolen from him are over that. So what I've done here is I've just recorded a short G minor vamp, and I've tried to utilize 2 or 3 of the techniques from this lesson so that they hopefully will happen naturally in my own playing. What I'm going to try to do here is add annotations to the video which describe which technique I'm using at one time. I think it's better to think of techniques and ideas like this rather than just thinking of specific licks. I hope that you found this Wes Montgomery tutorial useful. If you did and you would like more content like this, then please subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.